Hello, geometry students. Welcome to this week's work, remote learning. I'm Mr. Carter. Many of you know me from class, some of you don't. But if you don't, I'm Mr. Carter. I'm a geometry teacher. So anyway, the focus of this week is circles. We're giving you an IXL assignment, and we're giving you a WhoDunnit murder mystery assignment. So anyway, let's kind of get started here. The theme of both of these assignments will be circles. So first, I want to just kind of wrap up the IXL. I know the IXL gives you hints. It helps you do it, gives you examples if you need them. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to make sure that you guys understand what you need to understand moving forward here. So there were 3 IXL assignments. I'll talk about all 3. So circumference and area, you guys, you use the formula. What I'm going to do here is I picked kind of the hardest problem to go over. This is the one where you have a circumference and you need to find the area. So the reason why I think these problems are kind of the most challenging is because there's kind of 2 parts to it. Right? And what you're going to find out is all comes down to the radius, because you've got your 2 formulas. The circumference equals 2 pi r, right? And then you've got your area formula, which is the area equals pi r squared, right? So the way we're going to do this is that you have the circumference, which they tell you is 5 pi. And that's great. Don't even try to convert pi to 3.14, because what you guys are going to notice here is that they just kind of cancel out, right? So the radius, you divide both sides by 2 pi to get the radius all by itself. Right, notice those pi's cancel out. Your radius is 2.5, right? And now here we go for pi r squared, right? We've got the area equals, let's see, so r squared would be 2.5 squared, right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my calculator. I'm just using my phone calculator, you guys. So let's see what we got here. Calculator. 2.5 squared. I think it's 6.25, but why not use my calculator? I can. Yep, 6.25. So the area here is 6.25 pi. Now, of course, if you guys want to make that into a decimal approximation, and I will. I'm just going to multiply by 3.14, and I get approximately 19.6. So whatever answer you have, I guess this would be, we're talking kilometers, so that would be square kilometers. Always important to put your units there. So either one of these answer choices, I'm sure, is fine. There we go. All right, so anyway, I figure I'd take the hardest problem and show you how to do it, because I figure if you can do that, you can do all of them. Okay, so now the parts of a circle. Which figure shows an arc? Right now, this is kind of a trick question, you guys, because it's all of them. All of these are arcs, right? You have, on the far left, we have a semicircle. The middle, we have a minor arc. And to the right, we have a major arc. So basically, if it's more than half the circle, it's a major arc. If it's less than half the circle, it's a minor arc. And if it is exactly half the circle, then it is a semicircle. Okay, that kind of leads us to the next question. Which is a semicircle, right? Both of these are arcs, right? But the semicircle is the arc that is exactly half the circle. Okay, now this one here is kind of a layup. Which one's a central angle? Because there's only one that's an angle. So obviously this is the central angle. What makes the central angle? It is a central angle because the vertex is the center of the circle, and both of the both of the rays, I guess you'd call them, are radiuses, radii, I guess. Now, I just want to make sure we don't confuse it with something you guys learned in class, which is an inscribed angle. This is what we call an inscribed angle. And of course, it is not what we are talking about. This is a central angle. This is an inscribed angle. Sorry about my handwriting on the tablet there. I'm just kind of getting used to it. Anyway, so I hope that is clear for you guys. And now part 2, U2, I guess we call this, central angles and arc measures. Now, with all these questions, I want to make sure you give them what they're looking for, right? They're looking for the measurement of angle HGJ, right? So HGJ, right? G is the vertex, right? HGJ, there you have it, right? And the key to these problems, you guys, how many degrees are there in a circle? There are 360. So basically, that is the key to all of these problems in this particular section here. So for this one, we got 150, right, plus 150. Now let's just say I want to call this, I don't know, maybe I want to call that x, right, plus x equals 360, right? And that's the key. It's always going to equal 360 because the entire circle is 360. So anyway, I don't need to tell you guys how to solve an equation. I know you guys are very, very good at solving equations. You had fantastic algebra teachers last year, and they taught you all about it. Subtract 300 of both sides, x equals 60. And of course, make sure you're giving them what they're asking for. Yes, that is what they're asking for, 60 degrees. Okay, that was a relatively simple problem. The next one here is a little more challenging, but at the end of the day, you guys, it all adds up to 360. So all we do here is you add them all up. You got 63, right, plus 79, right, plus x plus 59. If you want to put that in parentheses, couldn't hurt. Yeah, maybe I should. You guys know when I combine like terms, I'm using addition. So it doesn't really matter, but it's a good practice, I think, to use those parentheses. And then the money maker, it all adds up to 360. So that's important to remember. Yeah, I got my calculator here. Yeah, I'm using my phone calculator. So what of it? Right, here we go. I got 2x combining like terms. I got to combine all those numbers. Let's see, 63 plus 79 plus 59 plus 75. All right, so what's that? 276. Check my math at home, you guys, right? I'm doing this on the fly. This is 100% live, you guys. I did not practice this. It's as real as it gets, you guys. All right, so 360, right, minus 360 minus 276, right, 84. All right, so I divide both sides by 2, x equals 42. Okay, am I done? No, I am not done, right? Give the people what they're asking for. HGK, right? HGK, which one is that? HGK, oh, it's this one. HGK, okay, now x is 42, as we said, right? We're gonna add 59. So I believe, let's see, what is that? I'll do a little mental math. I think that is 101? I think so, right? If you want to double check it with the calculator, go ahead, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. 101. So anyway, let's just kind of go through our steps, make sure everything's legit, right? First of all the angles have to add up to 360, right? That's what I did, right? When I set up my equation, I combined like terms, I simplified. Cool, I solved for x, but then of course, I'm not done here. A great way to get a wrong answer, just give your answer for x, right? Not when they're asking about HGK. HGK, I'm talking about this angle right here. I got to add 59, right? That's how I get my 101. Okay, game over, we just won. All right, so now, WhoDunnit, the preview. Okay, so folks, here's the deal. You got to show your work, right? Show your work however you want to show your work, right? You guys showed a lot of success on the previous assignments, had a lot of success, I should say, right? If you just do the work in a separate piece of paper, take the picture, right? Send it, email it to your teacher, great, full credit, right? Now this is on a Google Doc, so if you want to do option A, make a copy of the Google Doc, type out your work, right? Share that with your teacher, cool, do that. Or any way that you can show your teacher your work, you do it. But the bottom line here is you do need to show your work, right? So don't just be, circle and answer choices and abacadabra in this thing. You got to show your work if you're looking for that full credit. I know you are. Okay, so what are the rules to this thing, right? So basically you got 10 math problems. You got 10 math problems. Each math problem will have an answer. Obviously, the answer will allow you to eliminate certain players' whereabouts and methods. So anyway, you guys can read the assignment. I'm just kind of explaining how it is, and what I'll do is I'll show you with the first example kind of how this works, and then I'm going to talk you through the rest of the examples. So here we go. This is number one. Now, the formulas, right? I think Miss Cramer put this together. She was kind enough to put the formulas up top. Man, she is a nice teacher, no question about it. But here we go, you guys. So these formulas will help you solve it. Let's see which one we'll use here. If the radius of a circle is 5 meters, what is the diameter? All you got to do, right, is just multiply that radius by 2, right? 2 times 5. Right? Yeah, I don't know. This is for you formula people. All you formula people out there that love your formulas, I'm just going to show you how this works, right? Diameter equals 2 times radius was 5, right? 2 times 5, diameter is 10. Probably the easiest problem in the whole assignment, right? That's why I did it. It was a problem that I knew I could do. All right, here we go. This is the answer, right? Dr. Alpha was taking vitamins in the kitchen. So now the way that works is I go here and I cross out Dr. Alpha, right? And I cross out the kitchen. Okay, so whatever's left at the end, right? That's the answer. I don't know what it's going to be. You're going to have to find out the hard way. So anyway, so let's kind of go through this. And anyway, at this point, you guys, right? If you don't need any help with this, you can shut off this video and great. If you do realize that you need a little help, well, then, I don't know, start watching the video again. But anyway, I'll just kind of quickly talk through these. Obviously, I'm not going to do them for you. If I did, there'd be nothing for your teacher to give you credit for. So the diameter of a circle is 40 meters. What is the circumference, right? So, oh man, so I'm looking for something, right, that a formula has both diameter and circumference, right? And hey, if you do, right, just, use that formula, right? Which of these formulas has both diameter and circumference? Well, I think it's this one here, right? C equals ID. After this, you guys, it's just trading numbers for letters. Plug in your diameter and get your circumference. All right, I think I've talked about that all I need to and all I should. Okay, number 3, the radius of a circle is 15 inches. What is the area, right? So now you need a formula that has both radius and area. Okay, no surprise there, right? You plug in your radius, right? And you get your area, right? It's just a trading numbers for letters situation. Okay, am I giving you too much here? Maybe I am. Maybe your teachers will be mad at me. But anyway, you're only watching the video if you need to watch the video. Also, assume that this is 3.14, right? You can do that. One thing I just want to caution you guys on is your order of operations. This is the only mistake you guys are going to make, I think, right? You need to do, what do you do first with your PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS, right? I always like to stick the multiplication and division next to each other because you do them at kind of the same time. But what do you do first? You do your exponent, right, before you do the multiplication, right? That's where you can get burned. If you're doing multiplications before you square it, right, you are going to get the wrong answer, right? So, oh, what the heck? I guess maybe I'm giving you too much, right? 15 squared, I think is 225. And then you're going to, multiply by 3.14, which is what Miss Kramer has suggested that you do, right? And so I don't know. Anyway, you guys do it from there, right? I don't know. It should be like, I don't know, like 700 or something like that. All right. I gave you a lot on that one, but anyway, I'll take it easy on the rest. Okay, the diameter of a circle is 6 kilometers. What is the area? Okay, so this is pretty cool because what you need to do, right? There's no formula with both diameter and area, right? So what you need to do, obviously, right, is you need to make one of these formulas work for you. You got to figure out, well, hey, if the diameter is 6, what's the radius going to be? Hey, I'm not telling you. I will tell you that if you really need a little help, you could use this formula first, and you could use this formula second. I'll give you that much. That's all I'm giving you. All right, clue 5. The circumference of the circle is 21.98. What's the radius? All right, so you're looking for a formula with both circumference and radius. All right, I think I've already said too much. Clue 6. The area of the circle is 452.1. What is the radius? All right, I think that's kind of a layup, you guys. Look for a formula with both area and radius. The trick, though, is you're solving for the radius, right? So what are you going to do when you get r squared? You're going to have to do the opposite of squaring, which is square rooting. All right, so just remember that. Right, when you get to r squared equals a little something, 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 how do you get r by itself? Well, you got to square root both sides, right? Okay, again, I probably already said too much. If you say any more, your teacher will probably get mad. Okay, clue 7. All right, ignore those pink lines, but area, you give you the area, they ask you for the diameter. All right, this one again is kind of tricky because there's no formula with both area and diameter. So you got to know to use this formula. You know what, I'll tell you what, I would use this formula first, get that radius, right? Remember, you're going to have to do that square root move, right? And then number 2, right, you can use that to find your diameter. Okay, so yeah, these problems are getting a little trickier. Yeah, that's I guess what we figured. The air. All right, hey, you guys saw my first problem we did this whole video, right? Where they give you. I think actually that when they gave you the circumference, this is when you find the area. I think this is a little more challenging, and the reason I think it's more challenging is because they give you the area, right? So you're gonna have to do a square root, right? And then you got to use that radius to find the circumference. So I think this is probably one of the more challenging problems on this assignment. But hey, this is how you're getting credit for your work, right? You're doing some more challenging problems with a little assistance from me and, of course, your teachers. Okay, clue 9, if the diameter of a smaller circle is 7, the width of the circular path is 0.5. Oh, my goodness. What is the area of this path? Holy smokes, you guys. Okay, so this one I am going to give you a little I'm going to give you a little, so we're talking about this area here, just, I don't know, I'm making it clear that I'm talking about this area, right? So how the heck do you get the area of the path? Well, the way you're going to do it, right, and again, you're only watching this video if you need to watch this video, so maybe I'm giving too much away, but, so what, right? So you got the area of the big circle, right, minus the area of the small circle, right? So, of course, what do you have? You've got this, right? You know what I'll do? I'm just going to write it pi big R, right, squared, right, minus pi little r squared. I know this is the same formula, right? I'm just trying to make it clear, right? The big circle, what is that? What is the big old radius, right? You might have to do it, and you're going to have to do a little figure it out there, right? Because they give you the diameter. They don't give you the radius. You're going to figure that out yourself, right? Anyway, I've given you a good start there. You got to do the rest yourself. And then number 10, if the diameter, okay, this looks to be very, very similar. This time, what are they looking for? They are looking for the circumference of the outer circle. Wow. So the diameter of the smaller circle is 6 kilometers. The width of the path is 2 kilometers. So I guess this is 2 kms, 2 kilometers. Find the circumference of the outer circle. Okay, so this is one you're going to have to kind of do on your own. I mean, what would I do if I was doing this? Well, I guess what I would do is I would look for a formula for circumference, right? I could probably figure out what the radius of this thing is, right? So that might be what I do, right? The radius, keep in mind, we're talking about the circumference of the outer circle, right? So I'd probably try to figure out what that radius is, and I'd probably use, well, hey, I said too much. I said too much. But anyway, hey, you're only watching this video if you need to watch this video. I hope this made everything clear, or is at least as clear as it could be. Right, here you go, you guys. Circles, right? These are your assignments this week. You got to do 2 things. You got to do all your IXLs, right? And then you got to do the WhoDunnit. And remember, you're only getting credit if you show your work for the WhoDunnit. So anyway, we missed the heck out of you guys. We wish we were in class together. Unfortunately, we're not. I hope this video gave you everything you need to complete your assignments, and good luck.